Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand
Grand
Rising.
Rising.
I'm just giving thanks for another day. It's good to be here. It's good to see each and every one of you. I'm just thankful for your presence because it
Hmm.
means a lot. But you know what? I'm giving an additional thanks for my co host on the Health and Wellness Show today, Sister Stacy, aka Nurse Stacy, who will present a topic that is revolutionary to me. Um, is the body is always listening. How chronic stress, thoughts, and daily signals shape your health. And that's amazing. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Sister Stacy at this time.
Thank you, Deitra. Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand Rising.
I am going to share my screen and hopefully I'll be able to do it in the way that I want to do it so that I can see everybody still. Let me see.
Yep, there's always that part.
I think I can do it this way.
Good.
How many? Hold on, just give me a second.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm playing around with stuff. So let me quit playing around and just do what I know to do. I'm going to hit share. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. And click this, and it should come up the way I want it. Yay, I did it.
Yep.
Oh, way to go.
Finally. So, as Deitra said, we're going to be talking about the body is always listening. And I'm glad my body is always listening because I need to know how stress and my thoughts and how the daily signals that are coming into my body is shaping my health. And it's just something good to talk about. It's something good to know. And what I'm talking about, like literally a lot of it, I knew, but I didn't know to the extent that I know now how our body is always listening. But today we're gonna talk about it because it's something simple, but it's really powerful. It seems to be simple, but it's powerful because our body is always listening. But it's not just listening to what we eat or how much we exercise, but it's listening to our thoughts,
Right.
our stress, and our pace. And it's also listening to how safe we feel in our daily lives. So this presentation isn't about blame, but it's about understanding why the body responds the way it does and how to work with it instead of fighting against it.
Right.
So that's the opening reflection is doing everything. So we mostly feel like we're doing everything, but some people say, well, I've heard people say this exactly. I'm doing everything right, but I still don't feel well. And I don't know why I don't feel well. So that is, okay, let me go back to this one. Many people think the same way. Why is my body, why am I doing everything that I need to do? I think that I'm doing that's right, but I'm still not feeling well. They think like I'm eating better, I'm moving better, I'm doing more exercises, I'm following the rules. Right. And yet their body isn't responding the way they expect it to. And I know that's true for me because a lot of times when I'm eating right and exercising, and you get on the scale and the scale say the same thing week after week after week, and I'm not losing weight. What's going on in my body that I'm doing all these things right, but I'm still holding on to the weight? So our bodies just act that way. Sometimes it just doesn't respond the way we want it to. So we just want to pause and ask ourselves a deeper question here. And the question is, what signals is my body receiving beneath the surface? And so the core truth is the body responds to signals, not intentions. We can have all the intentions we want to have in the world, but your body is not going to respond to your intentions.
Right.
I mean, it's going to respond to signals,
Mm-hmm.
not your intentions. Okay. So your body does not respond to good intentions, it responds to signals. You may intend to eat healthy or to be healthy. You might intend on being calm. Like you can say to yourself, I'm going to be calm today. I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to, balance my life out. And I'm just going to do my best to just relax. But if the signals coming in says something different, like rush, like I'm rushing, like sometimes we got to get somewhere, we're rushing,
Mm-hmm.
or we are feeling like we're under pressure, maybe because we're rushing, or for one reason or another, or we may just feel a sense of danger for one reason or another. Mm-hmm. When we have these signals coming in contrary to the other signals, the intentions, the body is going to respond according to that. And it's not weakness. It's not a weakness we have. It's just understanding our own biology and how our biology works. And when the body senses rush, pressure, or danger, it's not making a conscious decision. Instead, it's responding to the signals that come in. And those signals come in fast. And they come in automatically. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. It just happens automatically. And most of the time, we're just not even aware of it. And so how do we figure out these signals that are coming in our body? What signals is my body receiving beneath the surface? So the language of safety, go ahead.
Yeah, Stacy, it makes me think about when the body is telling you something, and or you're a kid or somebody's telling you something and you just not listening. Your mind is everywhere else, even on the discomfort. Mm-hmm. And you are not listening, and responding to what the body is saying to us, because it's always talking.
Yes, always talking. Mm-hmm. And what the thing about it is the biology of it that's really intriguing to me right now. Mm-hmm. What your nervous system hears all day long.
Yeah.
The language your nervous system hears. Mm-hmm. So your nervous system may be hearing a different language than you cognitively think on your own. Mm. The language of safety is the language of safety versus survival. So it's like that fight or flight mode. So your nervous system has a very simple language. It's constantly scanning the environment. Mm. And that's your environment that you live in, or your external world when you go out in the streets or you're driving around. Mm. And it's constantly scanning it for cues of safety. And I know I do that when I'm driving. I'm constantly looking in my side view mirror, in the rear view mirror, turning my head and looking back before, because people are always driving crazy. So when I'm out in the environment, my nervous system is going to automatically respond to that particular language that I'm feeling. And so it scans with your eyes. It scans with your ears. Like I could be driving down the highway and then somebody blow the horn, and I'm like, oh my God, where's that coming from? Right. Are they talking to me? Are they blowing to somebody else? Because I'm sensing, my nervous system is sensing danger or rush. And so you scan with your eyes, your ears, and your body. And on a lot of occasions, we scan with our past memories as well. Our hurts or anything that we have experienced in the past. And so the tone of voice, the speed of life or sleep or thoughts, even how you talk to yourself, your body is scanning all of that. Imagine your body scanning your tone of voice. Mm-hmm. My husband used to tell me, it's not what you say, honey, it's how you say it.
Yes.
So it's scanning for your speed of life and your sleep. Ooh, I'm glad it responds to sleep because I know I need more sleep. I just know I need more sleep. And last night I got me 10 hours of sleep. That is unheard of for me.
Okay,
And I
okay.
know my body was scanning that. And listen, this is what was intriguing to me because I've been getting so much sleep the last couple of days, and my nervous system is scanning myself asleep. When I was sleeping those extra hours, like I'm starting over again today or yesterday for the below the red line challenge because every time they
Okay.
have one every month, I'm doing it again.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't do it the first day like I was supposed to with all the intentions that I had on doing so because I took my husband out. I wanted to get him out of
Right.
the facility so he could get out. And so, I'm looking on the menu to try to find something that's below the red line, not below the red line, but the salad bar. And I just didn't want to just do the salad bar. So anyway, my nervous system was scanning my body for the sleep. And somehow, when I got on the scale yesterday, it said something different than when I got on the scale today. I was expecting the scale to rise
Okay.
because of what I did the previous day that I wasn't supposed to do and the day before that, right?
Mm.
The scale actually went down
Mm.
and a whole pound down. And I'm like, that's a whole pound. That is
Right.
miraculous to me. I was like, what? So
Mm.
what happened here? My nervous system was listening to the sleep that I got, and it responded because they say more sleep you get, the more relaxed you get, your cortisol levels go down.
Yeah.
And
Heal
when
it.
that happens, your body responds accordingly, and then you can release weight. So I'm I'm really like learning my body, and it's feeling real good. Like I'm like, wow, dang, I lost some weight, and I wasn't even eating like I was supposed to yesterday. But I ain't gonna keep trying that every day. But it was just very, very enlightening to me how my body responded because I was getting more sleep. And then, I was thinking a different thought pattern too. So as I'm going to bed at night, I'm thinking, meditating on good things and stuff like that. And then I had made me a mantra or a what do you call it? Something that you say over and over to make sure that
Mantra.
it sticks in your
Mm-hmm.
unconscious mind. And
Right.
so I've been doing this like 3 times a day, and I wrote it out in big writing, and I placed it on the mirror in the bathroom. I placed it in my car when I started driving. I got
Okay.
it here in my office with me, and I got it on my calendar so that if anywhere I go, I have it with me because I want to change my subconscious.
Mm.
And so what I wrote was, I am choosing what nourishes me today.
Mm-hmm. That's
Not
good.
yesterday, not last week, not
Yeah.
tomorrow, not any other time, but today. Trusting each step builds lasting change.
Mm.
And I'm telling myself to be consistent and be predictable. And when I say that, I mean, if I can choose to eat the same thing over and over, at least like say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this is what I'm going to eat. Tuesday and Thursday, this is what I'm going to eat. If I'm being consistent and predictable, then my body is going to respond accordingly. So the body listens to this language.
Mm.
You don't have to think about it. Your body does it automatically, 24 hours a day,
Yep.
7 days a week.
Mhm.
Whether you know it or not, your body is listening and it does have a language. So the body's constant question. Now look here, your body asking a question constantly.
Mm.
Your body is asking you, am I safe
Mm.
or do I need to protect?
Mhm.
This
Okay.
is what your body is doing automatically without you even knowing, asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something.
Yes, it is something.
So every moment, your body is asking one question: am I safe or do I need to protect myself?
Mhm.
The answer is not safe. The body shifts into, if the answer is not safe, if the answer
Yeah.
is not safe, the body shifts into a protective mode
Mm.
automatically, even if there's no immediate danger. And that's something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even got to be in danger, but your body gonna shift into a protective mode. if your nervous system say, I ain't safe, that's where many chronic health issues begin, because the nervous system has this language. And so, yeah. So we have two operating systems. One is survival mode and one is safety mode. Now we know the survival mode is the fight or flight. When something happens, automatically you sense danger, your body automatically goes into fight or flight. But that's when something actually happens. But what about when nothing is actually happening and we have to be in that safety mode? You got to think of the body as having the two operating systems.
We have a hand.
Oh, go ahead, Star.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm on my phone,
yes.
so
yeah,
this is not normal for me. Okay, so I was listening to what you were saying about your body, and it doesn't seem to be in danger. When you think about where they say where your thoughts, things happen in your mind first, your thoughts. So your innermost thought might feel like it's in danger because of what's in there. And so your body is responding to what the thought is and not necessarily what we see on the outside.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But what we have to do is, like Calvin always say, think about what you're thinking about. Because sometimes we can be thinking something and we're not even really aware of what we're thinking, because we're not really tuned into what we're thinking, you know? And that comes with mostly like with meditation. And you sitting down and you say, okay, I'm just going to relax and I'm going to meditate. And the thoughts come. In meditation, there's more awareness in meditation than it's not when we're not constantly meditating. And sometimes we know what we're thinking, especially when we in that fight or flight mode, or we feel like if something happens automatically and you say something out of your mouth gonna tell you what you're thinking, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? But sometimes we don't always know what we're thinking until we settle ourselves down and say, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to focus. But a lot of times when we're in that meditation mode, we're supposed to make those thoughts come and go. Don't give them any attention whatsoever. And so the two operating systems is, am I safe? Or do I need to protect myself? And like I said, if the answer is not safe, the body shifts into protective mode, even if there's no immediate danger. And that's where many chronic issues begin. And that's sad to say. I don't even like saying that. What you mean that's where it began? It's happening and I don't even know it's happening. You know, even if I'm not in immediate danger, my body is going into, because my nervous system is doing something I don't even know it's doing. That's very, very interesting. So think of the body as having the two operating systems. Safety mode, the safety mode is restorative or healing and balance. That's where the safety mode is. So you can be in both at the same time. Ooh-wee. And many people are living in survival mode without even realizing it. Because you think you in safety mode, but you might be in survival mode. You don't even know it, because both of them can be happening at the same time. So let's talk about survival mode effects. In the survival mode effects, we have high cortisol, tension, inflammation, and fat storage. So when you're in survival mode, if it stays on too long, your body adapts. If your survival mode stays on too long, your body adapts by raising your cortisol, holding on to tension, increasing inflammation, and storing fat. How your body gonna do all that? You storing fat and you ain't even eating fat and you eating all right and all that kind of stuff. But when the survival mode stays on too long, that's what happens automatically. And my friend, my cousin used to tell me that all the time, because as I was raising my grandchildren, I was always in stress. My cortisol level stayed high. I know it did. because I was always arguing with them and fussing with them and don't do this and don't do that. I was always in that chronic inflammation, high cortisol tension mode all the time. And that's why I couldn't lose no weight. No matter what I did to try to lose weight, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all. But this is not the body failing. It's actually the body protecting yourself. Right. So your body is going into all of these different survival modes trying to protect you.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep you alive in what it perceives as a stressful environment.
Mm.
So your body is always trying to keep you alive. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, it makes me think of there was a period of time where I was Dr. Carson, and I went to her because I was just I just knew I needed some help, right? And I go to her, and she's holistic. So she has a machine and she tests me on my knuckles and stuff like that. And then she's reading the machine. So I'm sitting there all chilled out. And so I thought when she looks at everything, she said, "Girl, you about to die."
What?
And I said, "What?" She said some kind of things were so low and all that kind of stuff. But I thought, like you said, Stacy, what I was dealing with in life and all that kind of stuff. But I said, oh man, I thought I was just chilled out. You know, life is just chilled out and I'm just flowing. She said, no, girl, you about to die.
Yeah.
Like you said, you know, the tension of life, and we as women, we think that's normal because we're always dealing with, you know, juggling and stuff like that. But, you know, so my body was telling me, but I didn't understand what it was saying.
Right.
I thought I was just so chilled out. She said, girl, you about to go in the hospital.
Yeah,
So
you
really
thought
have to
you was relaxing.
understand what the body is telling us, you know, or or the answer, God is going to send the answer some way, something's going to open up. How far are you into it by that time you listen?
Yeah.
And then do what you need to do. I just wanted to share that because that was eye-opening when she said, I just thought I was chilled out. And she's like, girl, your levels are so low. And then she went about, testing to see what I need. And it helped me definitely.
Oh, great.
That's good. That's interesting to say. But thank God our nervous system is constantly working for us. Go ahead, Star.
What is cortisol?
Cortisol is a hormone. And it's a hormone that gets raised in stressful times. And boom, that's what it is. It's a hormone. We got a lot of hormones in our body, and that's the stress hormone.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So again, the body is not failing. It's in protection, and it's trying to keep you alive in what it perceives as a stressful environment. Brain control centers. Okay, here we have what we call the amygdala. The amygdala signal, which is the alarm. Think of the amygdala part of your brain as being the alarm. And then the prefrontal cortex, think about that as being the regulation center. So the amygdala is your brain's alarm system. Okay, it doesn't ask, is this dangerous? It asks, could this be dangerous? If the answer is maybe, it hits the alarm. Even if it's not dangerous, but could it be dangerous? It hits the alarm. So the amygdala is your brain's alarm system. Think of it as a smoke detector. It's more concerned with survival. But the prefrontal cortex is responsible for logic, planning, and emotional regulation. So what happens with chronic stress? Chronic stress keeps the alarm loud and the regulator offline. So if the regulator is the prefrontal cortex, that's supposed to be keeping things regulated, but the chronic stress you in, it keeps the alarm loud all the time. That's what the amygdala is hearing, a loud alarm. And that's probably why your body was so low in those things, because the alarm was always sounding. It never came off. And that's why stress makes it harder to think clearly when we're, in stress, and it makes it harder for us to make good choices at the same time. So why willpower fails? We think willpower is the key. But willpower fails because of decision fatigue. Now, you know us with women and raising children, we always have to make decisions. And we don't realize how tired we are in making decisions and how reactive we are as well, and how burnt out we are. We don't realize it. So this explains why willpower eventually fails. You think you got it. Oh, I got willpower. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But it's not a character flaw. It's not something that you're saying, dang, why can't I do this? It's not your character. It's neurological fatigue. Your nervous system is freaking tired. Like, I've had enough. Tired. When the nervous system is overloaded, I'm learning a lot here. Believe me, I am learning a lot here. When the nervous system is overloaded, decision-making becomes harder. And then you're going to react more than you're going to respond. And so your reaction increases. You don't even think about responding in a good way. I've given this some thought. No. You ain't given no thought, because your decision-making is hard. And sometimes we say, just meditate and think about what you're going to think about before you say what you're going to say. But when your body is in that state, in neurological fatigue, you are overwhelmed, you're overloaded, your decision-making is not there. You're going to react instead of respond, and you are going to be totally burnt out. Just burnt out. You can't out willpower. Let me say this again, because I need to say this to myself. You can't out willpower a stressed nervous system. Can't do it. We need some answers, don't we?
Yes.
Tell me how. You can't out stress you can't willpower a stressed nervous system. Ooh, that's a mouthful. The body stores stress. Unprocessed stress becomes physical. Ooh, okay.
No.
When stress isn't processed, now listen, unprocessed stress becomes physical. When stress isn't processed, the body stores it. It may show up as pain. You ever had some pain? You're like, dang, where'd that come from? I had some pains in my back one time. I'm like, I ain't did nothing. What's wrong with my back? I'm like, something just looked like somebody took a knife and stabbed me in one area of my back. And I'm like, what in the world? But that's what's when stress isn't processed, that's what happened. You can experience pain, fatigue, weight changes, your weight going up and down, digestive issues, heartburn, and all of this different kind of stuff, blood sugar problems. Your body is going to experience all of that. Why? Because the body remembers what the mind tries to move past. Your mind can be doing all it work to try to move past whatever it is you're trying to move past, whatever stressful moment you're trying to get past. Your body going to remember. And your mind is going to try to move past it. So the body is storing this stress, and it has to be processed in the best way possible, because unprocessed stress becomes physical.
Okay.
So where stress shows up, and this is how you can tell that your stress is showing up in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Your blood sugar is going to get high. Your blood pressure is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You're going to have increased inflammation. You're going to have fat in places you don't want it. The tire around your waist and your hips and your butt cheeks or wherever, that fat. And you're going to experience some digestion problems as well.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the most common places that stress shows up physically. And that can be measured. You can measure your blood sugar, you can measure your blood pressure and inflammation. You can see where inflammation shows up because it will show up in different places in your body. And if you gain a 2 or 3 pounds and you know that it's from you eating or because your cortisol levels are high and you stress eating or whatever, then you know that stress has something to do with it. But these are some of the most common places stress shows up physically. People often try to fix these individually. All right, I'm gonna deal with my blood sugar, but I ain't gonna worry about my blood pressure. Well, I'm gonna worry about my blood pressure, but skip this inflammation thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, worry about this fat right now or my stomach and how it's feeling. People try to fix these things individually, but they share a common root.
That's true.
Share something. They all have something in common. A nervous system that doesn't feel safe. That's what it has in common. Your nervous system don't feel safe. And if your nervous system don't feel safe, it's going to respond accordingly. So that is something to think about. And the important way to reframe this is what your body is actually doing. Your body is protecting you because we know our body has the ability to heal itself. And so whenever anything goes to the left or go the wrong way, your body is constantly trying to put it in the right way or send it in the right direction. And this is your body. This is basically saying your body isn't broken and it's not betraying you. It's protecting you the best way it knows how based on the signals it's receiving.
Mm.
The signals, the signals, the signals, the signals. Woo-wee. So nervous system signals. Okay, signals the body listens to. And these are signals that's beyond food and signals that are beyond exercise, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, food and movement, it does matter that we eat the right food and that we move our bodies,
Right.
but they are not the only signals. Your body listens to your pace. How fast are you moving? Are you slowing down? Are you speeding up? It listens to your sleep. How many hours of sleep are you getting a day? How many hours of quality sleep are you getting? It listens to your stress. Guess what else it listens to? What you saying to yourself. Your self-talk. It's going to definitely listen to your self-talk. And like I was saying earlier, your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like Keisha driving right now. Mm-hmm. She in the stress mode of the environment of driving her car. She got to look to the right, to the left. She got to look in the rear view mirror. She got to listen to people blowing horns. She got to listen to the people up in front of her, putting on their lights, getting ready to stop. Her body right now is in stress mode. She might not think it is, but it is because it's responding to the environment. Because why? She's out there in it.
Yeah.
So your body is going to protect you in those ways. Your body listens to your pace, your sleep, your stress, the self-talk, and your environment. And healing requires looking at the full picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just them individually. You have to look at the full picture.
Because they affect one another.
Absolutely. It's a domino effect. You click one of them down, they all go falling down at the same time.
They have to compensate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things have to compensate for because that one is under attack.
It is. It is.
Mm.
That reminds me of my knees. I have bilateral, which means both sides, osteoarthritis, bone on bone in both of my knees. My right knee is worse than my left.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know I had it in my left because I know my right, I had surgery on it. So I knew that. But my left leg, my left knee, everything part of my left hip and everything is compensating for this right side because I don't have enough strength in the walk in the right side to even go up the steps one step after another. I have to go up the step like this because there's not enough strength and there's compensation going on.
Mm-hmm.
So the body is listening to all of that.
Right.
Okay, the physical signals, sleep loss, overtraining, or restriction. Ooh, this hits home for me because I I usually don't get a lot of sleep. I usually get 4 or 5 hours. And when I say the last week or so, I've been getting these better and better sleep, and now my body is responding to it, makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started back doing club Pilates, and I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, 3 times a week. And I'm asking, like, oh, I'm ready to do it 5 times a week now. Could I be overtraining my body? I have to be really careful and listen to my body signals, if I'm sore or if I'm weak or I'm feeling pain like that, so that I make sure that I don't do any overtraining. And at the same time, not thinking that I'm going to restrict my body of all of these calories because, oh, I'm on a roll now. I ain't going to eat as much. I'm going to go down to 500 to 800 calories now. When they say you better eat at least 1,200 because your body needs all of these nutrients, right? But I'm thinking in my mind, I can trick my body. I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to lose it fast. I'm going down to 500 to 800 calories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is a reminder right here not to do that. Don't do that, Stacy. Don't even do it. So sleep loss, overtraining, and restriction, lack of sleep pushes the body too hard. Think about that.
Mm.
You may not think your body is being pushed too hard because you have a lack of sleep, but it is. You're pushing your body too much. So lack of sleep is pushing the body too hard, or chronic restriction all send a danger signal.
Mm.
So we can't chronically restrict our bodies from the nutrients that it needs because it's going to send danger signals. So even healthy behaviors can become stressors when done excessively or without recovery. So now this is an eye opener for me. I'm not going to do like 5 days a week and restrict my diet because if I do that, my body going to send some signals.
Yes.
And I ain't even going to know it. So I have to be aware of not doing that. Chemical and emotional signals. Okay, chemical and emotional signals.
Mm.
Caffeine. How many drink coffee with caffeine in it?
Mm.
A lot of people drink it they say, it's my pick me up in the morning. I got to have my caffeine. I ain't leaving the house without having 2 cups.
Yeah.
I just like the flavor.
Huh?
I just like the flavor.
You like the flavor?
I mean,
Okay.
I do. I have a particular coffee that I drink, and I actually do like the flavor, you know? So it's not
Uh-huh.
like I'm drinking it to have energy.
Uh-huh.
I just like, I like a good mocha. I like a good, coffee every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it can happen, the chemicals and emotional signals. So we're getting chemical and emotional signals from caffeine. And we're getting sugar spikes and we're getting the self-criticism thing as a result of chemical and emotional signals that is sent into our body. So what we consume emotionally matters. It matters just as much as what we consume physically.
Hey, Stacy, let me ask you a quick question. When you say sugar spikes,
Uh-huh.
because is it the coffee itself or is it the extra creamer, the extra stuff that people put into the coffee? Because I
Mhm.
know, because I am diabetic, I'm very cautious about what additives I put in. So I make sure that my creamer is like,
Mhm.
low
Mhm.
sugar. I'm doing low sugar everything or no sugar.
Mhm.
Um, But when it comes to the sugar spikes, is it the coffee itself, or is it? I'm looking at what people put in the creamer and the extra sugar that they put into the coffee. Because I know people that drink black coffee straight, no sugar. So is it really the coffee, or is it the extra stuff that people put into the coffee?
It's the extra stuff because caffeine don't have no sugar in it, and caffeine don't spike your sugar as far as I know. Now, it might do some other stuff in your body, neurologically speaking, that you may not be aware of because your body is used to having it. But some people that's not a coffee drinker, if they drink a cup of coffee, they may not be able to sleep at night. Coffee has an opposite effect on me than it does on some individuals. If I drink coffee, I ain't got no problem going to sleep. In fact, it makes me feel like going to sleep. Some people keeps them alert and keep them active, and because that's what caffeine is. It does that for your body. But for me, it's an opposite effect on me. So it's the sugar spikes come from sugar or eating too many, eating carbs or whatever. Because if you eat meat and certain other things or berries, strawberries, blueberries, and stuff like that, even though they have sugar in them, they don't spike it as much as some other fruits that have higher amounts of sugar in it. So it's the sugar spikes. But a sugar spike, we don't want sugar spikes.
Right.
We want to try to keep it not like this, like a pointed. We want it to be more like this. When we eat something, we want it to go up and down.
So let me ask you a really good question. So when doctors tell you, okay, not to drink coffee, why don't they say, instead of saying not to drink coffee, why don't they say, okay, why don't you change what you put into your coffee? Instead of just saying, okay, stay, because I had a conversation one time. I think the information that's getting to people, it's confusing people all the way around. I once had a conversation at my uncle's shop with a bunch of seniors, and they was like, this woman had a whole bag of candy, talking about she diabetic. And it's like, well, ma'am, why don't you eat fruit? And she was like, well, fruit causes my blood sugar to go up.
Ain't that something?
But you got a bag of candy in your hand right now. And so they are so afraid to eat fruit. And it's like, it's not the okay, it's not the fruit. The fruit in the can, yes, that will strike your blood sugar high. If it's in syrup, yes, it will blood. But a fresh cut apple is not going to make your blood sugar jump up 12,000 points. It's just not. So I think how the information is getting to people, it's confusing them and it's scaring them from, just eating that regular and natural, and they just stick to what they know, but sticking to what they know is causing them worse, your situation to be worse than what it is.
Yeah, it's not going to be until they're really interested in knowing, for real, for real. Some people know that candy spike their sugar just as well as an apple or a piece of watermelon or something like that. But the difference is that it'll go up, but it'll come right back down within 2 hours. Whereas a spike will go up and it'll stay past 2 hours, and you'll be up there like that for a long time. And when they really want to be proactive with their health, they will figure it out. Whether they want their spikes to stay past 2 hours, that's why they're diabetic. If it stays past 2 hours, whereas it goes up and comes back down. We want it to go up, down, back down. So why doctors don't? Maybe because they like sugar in their coffee too. I don't know. But anyway, so what we consume emotionally matters as much as what we consume physically. Self-criticism, constant urgency, constant having to be somewhere, and constant emotional pressure keeps the body in high alert. And so the environmental signals, oh gosh, this week I am so glad that I don't have as much noise in my house. If my husband was here, I wouldn't have that much noise. You know what I'm saying? Because, we be, but when them kids is here, noise. And I'm finding myself to not be so in tuned into my phone as much. I am putting my phone down more now than I ever have, because I just want to get rid of some of those things of, all of the noise and the notifications and looking at my screen all the time. But we live in a very loud world.
Yeah.
This world is loud. Visually, when I say loud, I mean visually loud, mentally loud, and emotionally loud. We're always tuned into that. Constant notifications, noise, and urgency tells the nervous system, stay alert.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's what it's saying to your nervous system. All right, you just stay alert. Don't you go down. Don't you calm down. And it's telling your system, stay tense. Just stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that on your phone all the time and your body just constantly saying, you better stay alert. You better not even try to calm down right now. Stay alert. This is happening automatically. Just stay alert. Stay tense. The body listens.
True.
And if we get rid of some of this noise and get rid of some of this screen time and this sense of urgency stuff, your body is going to listen in a different direction. So the healing principles: remove threat before adding tools. Because sometimes we can have all the tools. They'll tell you to do this and do that. If this arises, if somebody is saying something to you and you don't like it, this is the tool you should lose. Take 3 deep breaths. Relax. Think about what you're going to say before you react so you can respond. This is what your body is telling you. Remove the threat before adding tools. Don't be trying to add all these tools until you get rid of the threat. The key here is, this is the key healing principle, that before adding more supplements, before doing more workouts or more protocols, ask this simple question: what threat signal can I remove? And like I said, them notifications, I just pushed the button and they went left, turned them off. You ain't finna be in my world like that all the time. Every time I look at my phone, here come a notification. I can't even read what I'm reading. Do you know sometimes when I'm on my phone and I'm just like scanning through Facebook, here come a notification from all of the apps I got on your phone. You know, every time you put an app on your phone, they want to notify you of something. And they want to notify you. And if you don't say no, don't notify me, you got notifications coming in all day long.
But for me, Stacy, it's not the notifications, it's the phone calls. I
Yeah.
get so many spam phone calls. It's ridiculous, to the point where I love the do not disturb feature on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the do not disturb feature, you can allow certain people to have access to you while your phone on do not disturb.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because I'm not going to stop and answer every single call. That disrupts my focus on what I'm doing, on what task that I'm doing. And like my job hates it. And I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
my thing is I got to keep my sanity. And I think Apple, because I'm a beta tester, they have an update. They even now have it where my phone will now ask whoever's calling to state
Mm-hmm.
the reason for their calling
Oh,
and give me
good.
a decision as to whether or not I want to answer the phone. And I'm like, everybody don't have, and I've realized some people got upset because they didn't have access to me. And I'm like, really? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a game changer. Not everybody needs to have access to you 24/7.
Period.
So I love the do not disturb feature on the
Mm-hmm.
iPhone, and I love the new feature where, and I know these telemarketers are mad at me, pissed
Mm-hmm.
because they can't get in touch with me, because now it's like, yeah, you need to state your reason for your call, and we'll
Yeah.
check with Danielle to see, if she's available. I love that. I love
Yeah.
it because now I have peace with my phone. My phone is not ringing 100 times in one day, and it's just
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
malarkey. So I'm
Right.
loving it.
It'll let the ring come through, but you can't hear the ring. That's how my phone does. I set it up where if you're not in my contact list, guess what? You're not important. But when my husband was in the hospital, I had to say to the nurses, what number are you calling me from so I can put you in my contact list? Because I'll miss your call. And I miss
Mhm.
your call all the time. So if you ain't in my contact list, give me your number where you're going to call me from, and then I'll put you in my contact list because you're important. But if you're not in my contact list, right now in my world, you're not important. You going to spam or wherever my phone sends you to. And then I'll see you call later on. And then I'm going to delete you because I didn't want to hear from you in the front place. And so, yeah, This is the key principle. Before adding more supplements, workouts, and protocols, ask yourself, what threat signals can I remove? And so that's what I did, Danielle. I removed those threat signals of people calling me all the time, having access to me. Because healing often begins with subtraction, taking away stuff, not adding stuff.
Right.
So most people's approach health is like this. Most people approach health like this. What else can I add to fix myself?
Wow, that's
that's what we add. That's what we do automatically. I need to fix myself. Can I add more supplements?
Yeah, I've seen that. I know people, they just add another supplement, another supplement. But like you said, what are you subtracting?
Wow. Yeah. And are we going to add more workouts? Are we going to add more rules? Hey, how about us? We just add more discipline. I'm going to get disciplined. How I'm going to do that? I'm just going to add more discipline. But if the body still feels threatened, all these tools sit on top of stress instead of resolving it. We don't need a bunch of tools. We need to figure out what we need to take away from us. So it teaches us to be counterintuitive. You know, it's a counterintuitive truth. That's what it's going to teach us. Teaching the body to be safety. Teaching the body safety. Small, consistent cues of keeping the body safe. So what threat actually means to the body, a threat doesn't have to be dramatic, okay? The nervous system threats include constant rushing, skipping meals or restricting eating, overtraining, poor sleep, and self-criticism, feeling like you behind, always trying to fix something. Even healthy habits can feel like threats if they're done with pressure. And that's one thing I got to do. I got to quit thinking about losing weight all the time. Just do the right thing. Quit worrying about how many calories I'm eating and how many exercises I'm getting. And just do something consistent over time and you will see the results. So why adding more doesn't work? Your biology is made simple, okay? When the body senses threat, cortisol stays elevated, blood pressure stays higher, blood sugar stays unstable, fat loss stalls, digestion and repair slows down. So adding more effort in a stressed state often leads to plateaus. And when I tell you I was in a plateau I ain't lost a pound in a month. Come on now. In a whole month, all while my husband was in the hospital. I ain't lost not a pound until today, when I got on the scale. It also adds burnout, frustration, and us asking these questions of ourselves. Why isn't this working? So, safety signals, slow breathing, gentle movement, regular meals, and rest. That's what we need. Regular meals and rest. So I kind of went past a little bit of stuff, but I want to add a little bit more to. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going because we don't have time. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. So,
but let me ask you this, Stacy. What does that mean when you say safety signals? And then it says slow breathing, gentle movement, regular meals, and rest. So that's okay, I get it. So when that's happening, you're in a safe zone.
You're in a safe zone. When you breathe in slow, like when we do meditation, it says take a deep breath in slow. And then release it slow. And then gentle movement. Instead of doing this, we can do something gentle.
Yeah.
And then having regular meals on a regular basis and rest. So these are powerful safety signals. They don't look dramatic, but they are biologically, now we're talking about biologically in your nervous system, they are biologically calming. Over time, they retrain the nervous system to shift out of survival mode. So over time, this is what's going to happen if we do these safety signals. Okay. Mindfulness reframed, listening, not fixing.
Yeah.
Okay. Mindfulness isn't about fixing yourself. It's about listening to your body with curiosity instead of judgment. That shift alone can lower the stress response. Just listening to your body with curiosity. What is my body saying to me? What do I need to do? What environmental cues can I get rid of? How can I not be in such a fight and flight state all the time? Most people think mindfulness is about calming themselves down or fixing the stress. But when you're trying to fix yourself, the body actually hears pressure. That's what your body is actually hearing. And pressure is exactly what raises things like blood pressure, blood sugar, and stress hormones. Here's what I mean. When your body feels rushed or judged, even by your own thoughts, it goes into protective mode. In protective mode, blood pressure goes up to prepare for the response. The blood sugar rises to give you quick energy, and the body holds on to weight because the body holds on to weight because it doesn't feel safe letting go. So when we talk about mindfulness here, we're not talking about forcing calm. We're talking about listening. Listening sounds like noticing your breath without trying to change it. Noticing tension without rushing to release it. Noticing hunger, fullness, or fatigue without criticizing yourself. That simple act of listening tells the nervous system, I'm not in danger right now. And when the body hears safety, your pressure comes down. Your blood pressure can start settling. Your blood sugar doesn't spike as easily. Your body becomes more willing to release stored weight instead of holding on to it. Yay, 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 yay. I like that one. So mindfulness isn't just a mental practice. It's a physical signal. You're not trying to fix your body. You're teaching it that it doesn't have to stay on guard. When the body feels safe, it doesn't need to raise your blood pressure, your blood sugar, or store extra weight. It just don't need to do that. So consistency over intensity. We may go a little bit over. Repetition teaches safety. The body trusts consistency more than intensity. Small repeated signals of safety are more healing than occasional big efforts. Integration questions. What signals am I sending my body? So I invite you to reflect on this question regularly. What signals am I sending my body? And I don't want you to do it with judgment, but do it with awareness, because awareness is what changes the signals. It's definitely going to be the awareness. So the whole thing around this whole your body is listening is awareness. And so the closing message is become a safe place for your body. That's a big thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Become a safe place for your body.
Yes.
The ultimate goal is not control, it's safety. When you become a safe place for your body, healing becomes possible.
Yes.
And the final thought is when the body feels safe, guess what it does? It stops fighting.
Yes.
Your body doesn't need to be forced. It needs to feel safe.
Mm.
Safety increases, resistance decreases, and health follows.
Wonderful.
And help what?
Follows.
Wow.
Health follows when all of this happens.
And health
Follows.
Okay.
Are we all back together?
Not yet. Yeah, stop share.
Here we go
Wonderful,
again.
wonderful
This is good.
presentation,
Yeah, good
Stacy.
stuff, Stacy. That's gave me a lot to think about.
Yes.
And then just knowing that those simple is not always easy.
Uh-huh. It's not always easy at
But
all.
those things, if you just relax into that and understand, like you said, when the body is telling you something,
Right.
listen, you know.
I don't know why I have not mastered this not share stuff.
That red button that comes down, go up to the top and it will just come down.
Oh, go to the top. Oh Lord, here we go again. Oh, I found
Dang, there you go.
You
it.
learned
This is
something
a
today.
test.
That's no longer a stress.
Right.
Exactly.
My body was listening to that, believe me.
Stacy,
Great presentation, honey.
Huh?
Stacy,
Great presentation.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for
Stacy.
attending. Yes, yes.
Thank you for doing this, and I'm glad that I was here to hear it. Um, because I got a call a couple of days ago from somebody they needed some assistance,
Mhm.
and from the conversation that we had that day, I'm going to send this to her.
Mhm.
Um, I believe it'll help her out a lot. Thank you.
Oh, good, good, good. You're welcome. You're welcome. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. That's why I like teaching, because when I teach, I learn a lot
Yes,
too.
yes.
Ooh-wee.
I do too.
It gave me something to think about. Listen to my body, slow down, be aware, be aware.
Yes.
So thank you all for coming today. And we are going to end with hugging ourselves, giving ourselves some awareness.
Yes.
Slow it down, slow it down. Don't be in a rush. And send that awareness out to the world so they can relax and be aware of what's going on in their body and sprinkle that love, because love is healing.
It is.
Love by itself is healing.
Yes.
So, peace,
Peace.
love, and blessings.
Love you all.
Bye.